There's so many tissues.
Oh, God, don't touch those, okay? Okay, I'm gonna just clean that up. Yeah, Donnie's sick. You don't want to touch these because you'll get sick. He's got post-nasal drip, so...
Well, it's curtains for Kleenex as this brand is pulling out of Canada. This has come as a shock to so many, given that this brand of facial tissues has been available for sale in our Great Dominion for a century. Yet a recent Globe and Mail article noted that Kleenex maker Kimberly-Clark Corporation has confirmed it will cease selling consumer-focused facial tissues in Canada. Todd Fisher, the company's Canadian VP and General Manager, stated, quote, "We have been operating in a highly constrained supply environment, and despite our best efforts, we have been faced with some unique complexities on the Kleenex business," end quote. Now, there are myriad theories as to why Kleenex is opting out of Canada. But I think if you read between the lines, the real reason is that the Canadian marketplace sure isn't what it used to be, thanks to the way in which the black-faced Liberals have mismanaged and downright vandalized our economy. And then there is the abysmal Canadian dollar, which is worth only about 73 cents US these days. Ouch! But full disclosure, the departure of Kleenex is not making me teary-eyed. Now, by way of background, I call them as I sees them, which is to say, I personally believe that the Kleenex Ultra Soft brand is the best brand of tissues on the market. It lives up to its branding in that it is surely the softest brand of tissue that can be bought. But alas, I've been boycotting Kleenex now for almost 5 years, and this has absolutely nothing to do with the product quality nor the price. Rather, I've been taking a stance against Kimberly-Clark for bending the knee to cancel culture mobsters based on a ludicrous complaint. Here, check out this snippet of a monologue from yesteryear.
Just in case I happen to tear up, I have my favorite tissue on standby, Kleenex Ultra Soft. Even though once this box is depleted, I don't think I'll be buying any more Kleenex products on a matter of principle. You see, the parent company of Kleenex, Kimberly-Clark, has demonstrated that it has a backbone that's about as firm as, well, a wet Kleenex. Here's the deal. In certain markets, Kleenex sells an extra-large variety of tissues called man size. It's been doing so for 60 years now. But what was considered Jim Dandy in 1958 is today considered offensive and deeply sexist and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the original idea of calling extra-large tissues man size is because, on average, more or less, males tend to be bigger than females. If you have an issue with the size disparity, folks, please take that up with the man upstairs. Yet, because we live in a society of the perpetually offended, the newest cause du jour is, yes, man-size Kleenex. You know, I think the worst part of Kimberly-Clark caving into the lunatic fringe is their statement regarding the alleged sexism of their tissues. Here's what Kimberly-Clark said to Britain's Daily Telegraph, namely that man size in no way suggests that both soft and strong was an exclusively masculine trait, nor do we believe that the man size branding suggests or endorses gender inequality. Now, the thing is, that statement was on point and logical. And then the company nevertheless acquiesced to the 2 or 3 people in the universe who lodged complaints and promptly renamed their man-sized tissue as extra large. Hopefully nobody from the morbidly obese community complains. But talk about mixed messages. Isn't the preferred template for a modern-day man supposed to be someone who's both soft and strong? You know, a whole lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger plus a little bit of Alan Alda. A hybrid man, one who's both macho and sensitive, the kind of guy who can fix a flat tire no problem, but will also shed a tear at the appropriate time, like at the ending of Thelma and Louise. So if this soft, strong dude isn't the ideal man, then who is? Yet the renaming is being hailed by Sam Smethers. She heads up a feminist group called the Fawcett Society. Quote, rebranding man-sized tissues is not to be sneezed at. Removing sexist branding such as this is just sensible 21st century marketing. But we still have a long way to go before using lazy stereotypes to sell products is a thing of the past. A long way to go, eh? So this is what passes for feminism these days, looking for sexist brands to rename while turning a blind eye to, female genital mutilation, because campaigning against something like that might be a little culturally insensitive to certain people.
Yeah, Kimberly-Clark was an early adopter in terms of condemning so-called toxic masculinity. And when I come across woke crap like this, folks, I vote with my wallet, even if the product is superb and value priced. I cannot support corporatists who pander to leftist loons. I just can't. Bottom line, I'd like to say farewell to Kleenex, but the fact of the matter is, parent company Kimberly-Clark already abandoned me some 5 years ago when it decided to bend the knee to the lunatic fringe. I know, it blows, doesn't it? If you like cruising already, this is truly something unique. And if you've never been on a cruise, this is the perfect way to start with a group of like-minded folks from coast to coast. You can find out all of the details on different cabins at rebelnewscruise.com. That's rebelnewscruise.com. I know you'll look back on it as a vacation of a lifetime. All aboard! We have reserved a limited number of Rebel News cabins, so book yours today at rebelnewscruise.com.